The gifts of past girlfriends. All the things women I'm no longer with left behind besides me. You can love someone so much, but you can never love people as much as you can miss them. Quote by John Green. Back in the day, I used a hair dryer daily. Although I don't use one that frequently these days, I did today. It inspired the memory of a girl. Well, to be clear, a woman. Beautiful Stephanie. She came out of nowhere, and it was delightful for a while. Just like all my romantic relationships so far, it ended. I used her 25-year-old hair dryer today, the one that she left at my house. It still works just as it did back then. I think of her in the good times each morning I choose to use it. What a beautiful gift. Not all of the women who have shared time with me were so generous. Then comes Stacy Joe. She left me with many memories and other various resentments over 3 or 4 flings spanning 40 years. Yes, 40. Mostly that I can't share now. But she did make the decision to give me something very special on my birthday. Ever has it been that love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation. Quote by Khalil Gibran. A beautiful walnut wood and gold inlaid music box with my name and a personal message engraved inside. It sits on my bedside table to this day. Beautiful Becky. We had a fight. I was going to a photo shoot using a female assistant. This made her jealous. I left around 3 p.m. in the afternoon and returned just a few hours later after the shoot evaporated. The house was emptied. They took nearly everything. Becky loved shoes and had worked at the Red Wing shoe store. She left me with 150 empty shoe boxes piled in her closet and in the attic. We had purchased several rooms of expensive furniture that were split between us on cost 50-50. They were gone. I never knew where she went or how she did it. It must have been premeditated with a crew outside organized by her new beau, waiting for me to leave. Turns out she had a thing going with her boss, a lawyer, and they needed our furniture. Oh well, she thought I hated her breast, but I loved them. They were perfect. I'll never forget how ugly and lonely it felt coming home to an empty house with no clue it was coming. Thanks, Becky Joe. When it's gone, you'll know what a gift love was. You'll suffer like this, so go back and fight to keep it. Quote by Ian McEwan, Enduring Love. Then we come to smooth skinned Shelley. Another partner that spanned several decades and multiple love affairs. I paid to move her and supported her teenage boy. Then she was gone, and I had an extra cat along with 2 caged gerbils I had no interest in. Abandoning me and her own chosen pets. Classy. When you loved someone and had to let them go, there will always be that small part of yourself that whispers, what was it that you wanted and why didn't you fight for it? Quote by Shannon L. Alder. If we are going to talk about Donna, she ran off with a previous boyfriend and left a set of encyclopedias back when they were kinda like Google. It wasn't long before she called asking to get them back and for a gratuity left me with one last good screw. Oh, and Lori. She left many things, including the gift of a special pair of underwear that referenced to me as a wizard. Yes, that's right. Hopefully, you caught the significance of that message being printed on my junk covering wardrobe. A wizard in the bedroom. Could a pattern be emerging? Am I simply unlovable? Here is what Linda Graham, marriage and family therapist, says about this subject in the article, The Neurobiology of Feeling Unlovable. There is an automatic, unconscious separation distress response when someone we are connected with turns away, or in this case, someone we want to connect with doesn't respond. There is a in our body coming from the brainstem that triggers a moving toward or a pulling away or a fu, or often an even larger cascade of feelings and stories that try to make sense of what just happened. If any part of the story goes in the direction of, it must be me, I must be bad, we've tapped into an old embedded shame circuit of feeling unlovable, unworthy, undeserving. As a therapist, or even as a vulnerable human being, I encounter these deeply tormenting feelings of unlovableness all the time. It's almost endemic in our Western culture. There's a therapist telling us it is endemic in our Western culture. In other words, regularly occurring in North America. That makes me feel better, but just by a little. Sounds like many of you reading this might know just what I'm talking about. It seems there is always a remnant of a dying relationship left behind, if only in the form of painful memories and shame. Sometimes, late at night, or while pouring my heart out in some writing, I wonder, what if I could have another chance? Would anything be different? Have I learned to be a partner inside of a partnership yet? Who knows how much responsibility I must take on? Likely, all of it. I guess I'll have to try again and see what gets left behind to find out. No one compares to you, but there's no you, except in my dreams tonight. Quote by Lana Del Rey. I hope you found some value in this article. If you did, please follow the links below for more of my recent work. Maybe another will resonate. Cheers! Please consider leaving a comment. I treasure your perception and feedback. Copyright and trademark by Christopher Boswell, 2019. All rights reserved. When Christopher isn't writing from wherever, he can be found traveling or capturing photographs somewhere in the United States. He may be generating graphic design, building a website, processing images or video, flying his unmanned aerial vehicle, wrangling dogs, or backpacking and kayaking. He lives in Tacoma, Washington. We invite you to learn more about Christopher at Real Window Creative. Thank you.